This is the Tecno Camon 30 Pro 5G and it is insane. We are talking a Sony IMX890 sensor, which is not the craziest from Sony by the way, but for a mid-range device, it is totally commendable. It has a 144Hz refresh rate, which also should not be underrated, considering most flagships do 120Hz, with only a handful of mid-range devices doing same, and most clocking at 90Hz. It also has a MediaTek Dimensity 8200 Ultimate chipset, topped off with super fast charging and a 70 watts charger included in the box. Now, Tecno is pretty much the Toyota of the phone industry, rolling out multiple models every year, with each one flashier than the last and a few more tricks up its sleeves. But we ain't complaining. I mean, imagine all the specs highlighted with a lot more to be discussed, all for about $400. The most noticeable change from the previous model is its design. This design has the Camon 30 Pro 5G looking very much like a flagship. I love the texture of the material and its build quality. It is always a win for me when a phone does not attract fingerprints and smudges. I have had this phone with me for about a week and even this little glossy part has not been a concern. I love that it carries the same camera module as the Tecno Spark 20 Pro Plus, which personally I think looks great. I know some people have their reservations. Unlike the Spark 20 Pro Plus, the Camon 30 Pro has a flat back, flat edges and a flat screen, which makes it easy to grip and hold. Its corners are slightly rounded for increased comfort. Comes in handy if you have to hold your phone for a long period of time. Its frame and back are made of plastic. Oh, and speaking of the back, I forgot to mention this very noticeable red dot, sitting pretty on the top of its LED flashlight. Tecno calls it the breathing light. And no, this device does not breathe, nor will it help you breathe. But what the breathing light will do is light up when charging, during incoming calls, when recording video, and when using a photo countdown. Paired with the LED flashlight, we can't argue, it does add to its aesthetics as well. Especially in the black I have here, which most people don't seem to like, but I totally love. It has a matte finish with marble-like prints. Absolutely lovely. Too bad it doesn't come with a transparent case, so I guess it's aesthetics versus risk of damage. Your choice. Its volume rocker keys and power buttons are located on the right side of the device, with a welcome change being its fingerprint sensor, which is now also located at the lower part of the screen. It is pretty fast and responsive. I mean, not Usain Bolt fast, but you know, for a mid-range device with an optical fingerprint sensor, it is pretty decent. On the bottom of the device, you find a SIM card tray, a microphone, a USB Type-C charging port, and a speaker grill. There are two new changes here. One you probably can tell already, and the other, well, its SIM card tray no longer accepts an SD card. So no room for storage expansion. But hey, the Tecno Camon 30 Pro 5G comes with 512GB of storage. So if you're not a total media head like myself, you really can't complain. Also new is its lack of an earphone jack. But then, this comes with free Tecno Earbuds 3 in the box. So please, do not bother them about this, because we want to encourage and welcome this new development. I mean, Tecno just keeps raising the bar and adding more stuff for its consumers, rather than succumb to peer pressure and go with less. At this point, we all should be more like Tecno. On the top, you can find a second speaker for stereo effects, and yo, it sounds absolutely amazing, thanks to its Dolby Atmos, believe me. Also new to the Camon is an IR blaster, which I personally think every phone should have in this day and age. So you can now control all your household electronic devices from your phone. Cuts down on the hassle of searching for multiple remotes, especially when Manchester United has just scored Liverpool and you are rushing to change the channel as not to miss the replay. But it's never there when you need it, is it? Well, not anymore. Finally, on the top is the second microphone, and the left side is plain. The Camon 30 Pro has a 1080p 6.78 inches AMOLED display with 144Hz refresh rate, which makes this phone so smooth you can put it on bread. The previous Camon came with 120Hz, so if you're upgrading from that, you may not really notice the difference at first, but trust me, there is a difference. Tecno adds a cherry on the top with a peak brightness of 1300 nits. Which means even under direct sunlight, you can continue working, chatting or consuming media without having to get a dedicated umbrella for your phone. Speaking of media, watching videos on this phone is just yummy. Its thin bezels and Dolby Atmos surround sound makes the entire experience really immersive. For you rich kids, streaming Netflix on this will be an absolute delight. And for us on YouTube, you can stream videos in as high as 2160 pixels, assuming you can afford those data rates. Anyways, for its size, it might not be the best experience with one-handed use, but for consuming media, you will enjoy every inch of screen it has to offer. So, the Camon 30 Pro 5G comes with iOS 14, based on Android 14. Now, iOS 14 comes with a lot of features and customizations, which honestly might require a separate video, as it would make this video a really long one. Let me know in the comments if you would be interested in that. But the most noticeable features are new wallpapers and colors with easy customizations. So, you can have your Camon 30 Pro 5G looking and feeling as dripped out as you, even when your phone is locked, with the always on display, which is also customizable to an extent. Oh, if you are single or lonely, Tecno has equipped the Camon 30 Pro 5G with your own personal assistant called Ella. Oh please, get your head out of the gutter. Ella is a voice assistant that can help you with any writing task using ChatGPT. So, there is a lot of new cool features for enhancing security and more. I guess I just might bundle them up in a separate video just for you. The Camon 30 Pro 5G is powered by a MediaTek Dimensity 8200 Ultimate chipset. This is so much power for a mid-range device. Check out these numbers against the Camon 20 Premium. Absolutely ridiculous. These are flagship numbers, and I can honestly say there are currently no mid-range devices with these numbers. It comes with 12GB of RAM, and as already mentioned, 512GB of storage. So imagine this powerful chipset with this much RAM and 144Hz refresh rate. Multitasking is a breeze. And if you decide to power your house with the Camon 30 Pro and need some extra push, you can extend its RAM to 24GB using memory fusion. Gaming is absolutely fun, so if you're a gamer and you can only afford a mid-range device, Tecno has answered your prayers. Non-graphic intensive games do not scratch the surface, and high-graphic games like Call of Duty and PUBG play very smoothly in mid-graphic settings. And even after long periods of gameplay, I never really felt this device heat up on me. The camera on the Camon 30 Pro 5G comprises of a 50MP main sensor, a 50MP ultra-wide sensor, and a 2MP depth sensor. The main camera is powered by a Sony IMX890 sensor. It also has a 50MP selfie camera, and I really enjoyed taking photos with this device. I tried out its 100MP mode, 50MP mode, ultra-wide, extreme close-ups, took pictures of my model today in person of Marshall James, who is also a tech YouTuber, so do well to check out his channel, as well as give him a subscribe for his efforts here. I will tag him down in the description. So pictures of plants, people, buildings, and even pets all look amazing. Even videos too. I tried out 4K 60 frames per second and 4K 30 frames per second. I recommend you shoot with 4K 30 since it has image stabilization. Unless you really want a slow-mo video, then 4K 60 will do just fine. Oh, and you get up to 4K 60 frames per second with your selfie camera as well, which is just great. I can't pinpoint exactly what it is, but great as this is, I kinda still prefer the picture quality from the Redmi Note 13 Pro 5G I just reviewed. Maybe it's a consistency thing, as the Camon 30 Pro 5G would only give me great photos 4 out of 10 times. But hey, that's just me. The Camon 30 Pro 5G has a 5000 mAh battery, and if you do not live in your phone, it should comfortably last you a full day. However, its 70 watts included charger can juice this device right back to 100% in less than an hour. If I wasn't in Nigeria, I would be super excited because imagine getting this device for about $400, which would be a steal considering what it comes packed with as a mid-range device. Sadly, in Nigeria today, $400 is now a lot. I mean, 400,000 naira to 600,000 naira is what we usually paid for flagships. Oh well, if you can afford it, I totally recommend the Tecno Camon 30 Pro 5G just because it does a lot of things right and handles itself quite well. There is a lot to be excited about, and if you do make the choice to get one, it won't be accompanied by regrets. However, if you feel the need to check out alternatives, you should definitely watch my recommended video at the end of this one, or simply hit the link above. I am on my journey to 3,000 subscribers, so if you haven't subscribed yet, do so now, especially if you would love a discount when buying any of these devices. Do not forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Thank you for your time. Till we see you again, bye bye.